What should have been a beautiful cross-country road trip for a young couple intending to kick off their vlogging careers has ended in tragedy, with one partner deceased and the other one suspiciously disappearing after being named a person of interest. Since 22-year-old Gabby Petito was reported missing by her parents on September 11th, a massive hunt for her whereabouts had ensued, with the truth coming out this week. Her fiancé and the last person seen with her, 23-year-old Brian Laundrie, who returned from the trip in the van without her, has declined to cooperate with investigators and has since fallen off the face of the earth. The nation, especially social media, has been enthralled with this case and had hopes that everything would end well, with Petito showing up unharmed with a reasonable explanation. But after the discovery of her remains on September 19th, we were left with even more questions. For Complex News, I'm Clara Teku. Here's everything we know about the Gabby Petito saga. Friday, July 2nd. On July 2nd, 2021, Brian and Gabby left Blue Point, New York for a cross-country road trip that would take 4 months to complete. They hopped in Petito's white 2012 Ford Transit Connect van that they'd renovated specifically for their adventure. The couple had already been engaged, but postponed their wedding plans due to the pandemic and just wanted to take a trip together instead. They took their followers along with them virtually, sharing social posts from multiple national parks and natural attractions in Kansas, Colorado, and Utah. Thursday, August 12th. Police were called to an altercation near a grocery store that happened while the two were in Moab City, Utah. Officers had received reports of disorderly conduct between a couple who had gotten into a physical fight. Body camera footage released after Gabby was reported missing showed the two explaining what happened, with Laundrie saying that he got into the van with dirty feet, which led to an argument. Petito admitted to slapping Laundrie because she thought that he would leave her in Moab. Witnesses who put in the call originally claimed that they saw Brian slap Gabby, but later said he only saw him lock her out the car. Police took pictures of Laundrie's visible injuries, and Petito was almost arrested, but the couple said that they were in love and engaged, so they didn't want to press charges. The two were separated for the night, with Laundrie checking into a hotel and Gabby staying in the van. Thursday, August 19th. A few days after the incident with the police, the couple dropped their first and only YouTube video on their channel, Nomadic Static. Although it's hard to tell which days the videos are specifically from, Gabby and Brian share kisses, scenic views, and review their experiences on the road. In the near 8-minute video, Gabby talks about surviving a rainstorm, what their day-to-day life had been thus far, and specifically mentions loving their van before it closes out with a tour of their mobile home.
I love the van.
Monday, August 23rd. The last time Petito had communicated with her family via FaceTime was on August 23rd. In a conversation with CNN, Petito's stepfather, Jim Schmidt, said that it was normal for her to go off the grid for a couple of days at a time when she was out there, so there weren't any red flags yet as to what would eventually happen.
It wouldn't be a chance. She communicated regularly with her mom and her family. I'm kind of getting an education out here, out west in Wyoming. One of the reasons why we came out here. It's a very big transient area. It is desolate in most areas. So she would go off the grid, while she was out there doing her van life stuff, exploring these different areas. So it wasn't uncommon for her to go off, for a few days at a time. But she'd always make her way back to some place where she could get onto a Wi-Fi connection, upload her to her Instagram, make phone calls, FaceTime to come home. So it's just, if there was something wrong, she would have contacted us.
Monday, August 30th. 7 days after that last FaceTime, Petito sent her last text to her mother saying, "No service in Yosemite." Her mother, Nicole Schmidt, later revealed that she doesn't believe that this text was actually sent by her daughter. Wednesday, September 1st. On September 1st, Laundrie allegedly returned home to Northport, Florida without Gabby, but with the van that had taken them as far as Wyoming. Saturday, September 11th. Gabby's family officially reports her missing to the Suffolk County Police Department in New York. When police came to Laundrie's residence in Florida to ask him questions, his parents reportedly handed them the number to his lawyer. The van was then processed for evidence. Wednesday, September 15th. 4 days later, Laundrie was officially named a person of interest in the disappearance of his fiancée, Gabby Petito. Police officers also revealed that he was hindering the investigation by refusing to speak to law enforcement. His attorneys issued a telling statement about his client, saying, "Many people are wondering why Mr. Laundrie would not make a statement or speak with law enforcement in the face of Ms. Petito's absence. In my experience, intimate partners are often the first person law enforcement focuses their attention on in cases like this, and the warning that any statement made against you is true. regardless of whether my client had anything to do with Ms. Petito's disappearance. As such, on the advice of counsel, Mr. Laundrie is not speaking on the matter. I have been informed that the Northport, Florida police have named Brian Laundrie as a person of interest in this matter. This formality has not really changed the circumstances of Mr. Laundrie being the focus and the attention of law enforcement, and Mr. Laundrie will continue to remain silent on the advice of counsel. Thursday, September 16th. Petito's family released an emotional letter that pleaded for the Laundrie family to help them find Gabby. In it, they wrote, "We believe you know the location of where Brian left Gabby. We beg you to tell us. As a parent, how could you let us go through this pain and not help us? As a parent, how could you put Gabby's younger brothers and sisters through this? Gabby lived with you for over a year. She was going to be your daughter-in-law. How can you keep her location hidden? You were both at Jim and Nicole's house. You were both so happy that Brian and Gabby got engaged and were planning to spend their lives together. Please, if you or your family has any decency left, please tell us where Gabby is located. Tell us if we are even looking in the right place." Friday, September 17th. After nearly 3 weeks of silence, the Laundrie family announced that they hadn't seen Brian since September 14th. Police revealed that this was the first time that the Laundrie family spoke to them about the case. Their family attorney announced that items were removed from Brian's house to help with the investigation. Police centered their efforts on a nearby Carlton nature reserve, but exhausted all efforts. Sunday, September 19th. After intense searches by local police and the FBI to turn up more clues, authorities announced that a body was discovered in Wyoming and that it was believed to be Petito's. The FBI revealed that the body was found by law enforcement agents who combed over campgrounds that the two had recently traveled through. It's speculated that a possible lead on the discovery came from the help of the Red, White, and Bethune YouTube channel, who shared footage that featured Petito's van. While editing footage for one of their own videos, they found that same van that matched the description on the news and apparently tipped off authorities, which led to the discovery of the body. Later that day, Petito's father tweeted and practically confirmed that it was his daughter that was found. Monday, September 20th. Armed with a search warrant, police and FBI agents swarmed the Laundrie family home on September 20th. Brian's parents were escorted from the residence before the search took place and then brought back for questioning. The FBI removed a number of different items from the home, including a Ford Mustang convertible that was towed away. As of today, Brian Laundrie is still on the lam, and Gabby's death was officially ruled as a homicide. This case brings to light many issues of how swift the internet and web sleuths can get things done, often with less resources than law enforcement. More importantly, it shows how cases of missing women of color are rarely handled with the same level of national attention. According to the Daily Beast, 710 indigenous people, mostly girls, disappeared between the years of 2011 and 2020, but their stories didn't lead news cycles. As the nation picks apart this case, it's a reminder just how much work needs to be done in bringing home more missing people. Gabby's story doesn't have a happy ending, but perhaps this can show the world how to better protect women to make sure that situations like this don't happen as often as they do in this country. It's our hope that Gabby Petito's loved ones can find some sort of closure and heal through this pain. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube for more trending news stories. For Complex News, I'm Clara Teku.